What's up, guys? This is Will with Lightweight Debris Removal. I am pulling the Cam Concept Hooklift trailer over to our yard right now. I'm going to do a couple videos on the different dumpsters that we do have. We have a 15, 20, we have 13 cubic yards, we have a flat deck, and then we also have a couple 7-yard dumpsters that we use for dirt and for gravel and sand and all that stuff. So we're gonna go try to load a couple of those on here right now. But I just want to recap again about that we drove this trailer about 600 miles up to Sonoma County and then 600 miles back. So it was 12 hours up there and 12 hours back. I got a lot of stick time pulling this thing, and now I'm starting to feel real comfortable. I think at first I was kind of because I haven't drove a trailer for 2 years, but now I'm getting the hang of it, and I'm starting to think like a driver again as far as like pulling things. So when you start driving a trailer a lot, what happens is it just becomes second nature. You kind of drive the wheels in the back of the trailer. You know, that's what they always say, to drive the trailer instead of the truck. So you don't think like of a person driving a truck and then you're looking for the trailer. Actually, I'm just driving the trailer now. So it's pretty funny because like at first I was kind of like not feeling too comfortable, but now I'm feeling really, really comfortable. I know where the wheels are, so like making a turn like this, you know, I know exactly where the wheels are going to land when I make the turns, so I don't feel so like uncomfortable if I make a turn and I'm like come up short and then I'm about to like take out a stop sign or something. But it's starting to feel really good. The other thing is I'm really amazed with these brakes, guys. These hydraulic or electric over hydraulic brakes are really good. I mean, I used to complain a lot about this truck, this 3500. It has a lot of power, but the braking power on this thing never really felt great. I'd always have the exhaust brake on with anywhere I'm going, even without a load. I just felt like this truck is heavy and the brakes weren't like up to par. And then the other issue is, but with these electric over hydraulic brakes, I feel like I got really good stopping power now. And then another issue I had before was what do you call it? Not just with the just braking power, but then dragging my wheels, man. I used to hate that. Like I used to have a PJ roadster, and like anytime I got into a quick braking situation and I didn't have a load on my trailer, I'd always look back there and I see smoke, you know. I'm like, what is going on? It's just like tires were dragging on a light load, you know. So it didn't matter what I did. I could turn the power way down on the brakes, and if I got on the brakes hard enough, it would just start smoking in intersections, you know. But with these brakes, they're really even, so all 4 tires are being applied at the same time. I don't think there's much adjustment you have to do with these, because when the hydraulic pressure goes from the braking system on the actuator for the actual trailer, when it sends it out, it's just sending it in one line, so it gets distributed evenly to all tires. So that's a good thing right there. So I don't know if there's any brake adjustments on these. I'm gonna look into it, but for the most part, I'm loving the braking power. I like that the trailer has weight on it, even empty. So it seems like more of a heavy trailer, so I don't have that problem of dragging that light trailer. But anyway, let's go hook up to these some of these dumpsters and see how they load. A good amount of dirt in there, all across the back. Ain't gonna roll anywhere. All right. Go ahead and turn the motor off real quick. So you can see how this is loaded. This is the first time I put it on there, and I did it with the loaded with dirt. So it looks pretty good, guys. Look at these wheels. Didn't even squat that trailer at all. So yeah, I did a really good job. It looked like it didn't even like stress when it went on. Normally with our PJ, you could tell that when you got it on there, it was like puffing and puffing, pulling it on. But yeah, this thing didn't even, and that's loaded, guys. I have the dirt's all the way up to here, all the way across. So that's pretty considered like a full load right there. So this is about, like I said, 3.5 tons of dirt. My Freightliner would have picked that up. It would have been struggling a little bit, but yeah, I like the way it's loaded on it. And it didn't even like squat down at all. Look at that. And the tires look great. There's not much bowing going on. You know, just they look pretty straight up and down. Most time with a load of dirt like this size, it would be pretty mashed out. Same with my truck. Doesn't feel like, yeah, you kind of see there's a little bit of load on there, but not much. So yeah, that looked pretty impressive. You see how it rides all the way up to the front right here. So I had to chop my wheels off right here. I had these standard wheels, rollers right here, frames. So we got rid of all of them on all of my dumpsters. So now these situate pretty good on there. But yeah, so that's my Max D setup, guys. You know what? While we got this on the loaded, let's go for a ride with this setup. We'll take it out for a spin and see how this how it rides on this truck. I got a couple hills around here I can take them down. I just took out my trees back there. But yeah, we'll go test out this braking, see how this load feels. Feels pretty good on the truck. So yeah, it definitely feels like a load back there, but you know what? The truck is handling it really well. The trailer feels really good with this weight on there. So that's about, like I said, 3.5 tons on there. Let's go down this hill right here. My biggest gripe was pulling weight in our PJ trailer. I just felt like it was overloaded on the trailer and my braking capacity was pretty bad. So let's see how it goes down this hill down here. So far I can already tell it's doing really well. The engine's holding back good. And let's see, when we get down here, I'll hit some brakes. But the stability of this load feels great. Yeah, brakes are great. I just barely tapped the pedals and it's stopping. I bumped them up to like 8. Normally I was right at 5 when it was empty. I put it on 8 just to see how it handles this dirt load. And yeah, it's running great. Yeah, barely hitting the gas pedal. I can feel the braking going on back there. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so I'm feeling really confident, guys. This is pretty cool. So here's the stop sign coming up. I'm hitting the brakes. Yeah, it's stopping like no problem. Look at that. I can feel these brakes are stopping like really good, guys. This is pretty cool. So I'm glad I did this heavy load first, because that's my main concern, guys. When pulling that with that Freightliner, I was always getting these loads of dirt, and I was hesitant with leaving the dumpsters at people's places, because what would typically happen would be I'd leave it there and they would overfill it with dirt, and then when I go get it with the Freightliner, it would 7 yards of dirt is get up to 4 or 5, 6 tons, and overload me. So, but this feels great. This doesn't feel overloaded at all. Feels like it's supposed to, and it's actually, the weight is distributed onto the truck pretty well. I don't feel like all of the weight's on the truck, and I don't feel like all the weight's on the trailer. So it's really good, and the truck can handle this load no problem. I'm barely hitting the gas. It just the tow mode on this thing is really good. So there you go, guys. That's a win right there for her weight. So this 24K trailer definitely can handle the weight. The brakes were the main concern for me, and look at this. I'm barely hitting the brake pedals, guys. It's like that trailer is stomping this thing down. Good stopping power. All right, well, let's go turn around somewhere and take it back to the yard. I'll load up something else. So that's a win. So yeah, this 24K trailer, I just made a loop around the corner back there. Head back to the yard to drop this off, but man, the more I'm driving, I had to back off on the brakes. I put it down to 7. I had it up to 8 or 9. I had to drop it down to 7 because definitely was too much braking power on there on the trailer. But yeah, ample stopping power, guys. This is really cool. I'm pretty impressed, because this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted something that was a heavy hauler. I was worried that I should have got the dually wheels. After talking it with the manufacturer and kind of discussing what I'm gonna use this for, they're like, nah, single wheels would have been good. These super singles are gonna be good, because they're 6,000 pound rated tires each. And like I said, I got 3.5 to 4 tons in this, on this one right here, and it's no problem at all. And because the trailer is super short, it's only 14 feet long. The deck on there's 14 feet, so it probably goes back a ways, but it's pretty maneuverable. And I have a 4-door truck, so I'm pretty impressed, guys. I'm really liking this, because that just solved one of my big problems, was heavy hauling. And I'm looking back there at the tires, and they're not bulging out at all. So, and this is about what the weight will be most of the time, anywhere between 4 to 7 tons. That's my max on these I can think of on these low boys right here. So if you're in the low boy dumpsters and you need to move heavy weight, single axles will do the job. And you've seen how it loaded onto the trailer. It didn't even struggle. I think with the engine all ran, it was the RPMs on the engine were up pretty high, and that's why it moved so quick. But it kind of just slams it into place. But I think that's how it is. It's probably like an M16. You're not supposed to like feather this thing. You just get it locked in, You can kind of see it in my mirror over here. So yeah, this Cummins motor, man, it's 2017. I mean, it's got the 410 rear end, Aisin transmission. I mean, with this type of load, it doesn't even feel it back there. You don't hear the engine whining up too bad right now. And then, man, I'm super happy, guys, though, that these brakes are holding up like I needed them to. All right, we're gonna take it up my street right here. This is a good steep street too. It's pretty good steep, so you can hear the motor on this thing. Definitely a good load. It's just walking up it, no problem. Very interesting. Yeah, just cruising. I'll push down on pedal some more, see if it grabs a gear. There it goes. impressive, guys. See how he stops right coming up. Yeah, barely hit the pedal, man. It's stopping. And it makes these turns like nothing. See this turn right here? It's only 14 feet long. You know, it just follows behind the truck pretty good. All right, let me walk you through the process of how we offload this thing. So what you do is make sure the light's on right here. That actuates your remote right there. Key goes in here. Crank her on. Get the remote. Hit the start. And then shift it forward. And then up. Put this bad boy in neutral. So don't mess up your transmission. You can always go back up with this one. Go forward a little bit, get the hook off. Make sure this thing is under there. There's that. So the other nice thing is, once you get, you know, you want to unhook, because I'm going to go ahead and unhook this thing right now. My truck's kind of tall in the back because it's a 4-wheel drive. So I got some wood here for it to put down. So once you got your, I get my blocks up a little bit, just a little bit. Don't need much. And I got the wheel chocks over here. It's a good idea to chock your trailer so it doesn't roll on you. And then just crank this bad boy back up. So that's it, guys. Pretty much once you got it off hooked, and it's just out of the way. I could drive off, no problems. This thing's super sturdy, man. It ain't going nowhere. I know it looks kind of sketchy down there, but trust me, it ain't going nowhere. Got the wheels chalked up. Well, that concludes today's video on how to load a heavy dumpster like this dirt one back here and get it on a cam concept trailer, and how this thing handled. So like I said, this thing's flawless, man. This thing's pretty cool. I'm very impressed with this heavy weight, because that was my biggest scare, guys, with just trailers that have flimsy tires, flimsy suspension. When you put heavy dirt on a PJ roadster, man, you really max out that suspension and those tires. It's just not meant for all that weight. This 24K trailer and a 14-foot gooseneck is amazing, man. It's just amazing. My next video I'm going to do is on the dumping of this thing. So we'll take it to the what do you call it, dirt processing center, where I'm going to take it, and I'll show you how to dump it out. I'm just by the way it loaded on this thing, it just threw it around like a rag doll. You know, it was just pretty amazing. Made it look like an empty container, but it's full of dirt, guys. You've seen it. It's pretty packed. So I'm guessing that was about 4 tons, because it is pretty heavy. But as you guys seen on the tires on this thing, it didn't squat at all. The suspension on this thing did not move. So that's pretty amazing. And the braking power was really good. And I think it's because I have the electric over hydraulic braking system on this thing, because I've never had that experience before. I put brand new brakes on a PJ, moved some dirt, and then had to go down a hill, and I thought I was gonna have a runaway truck situation, because I couldn't stop the truck. I had both feet on the pedal, pushing down as hard as I could, and the truck was just picking up speed going down to the bottom of the hill. I had the Jake brake on. Luckily, when I hit the bottom of the hill, I just made around that turn, but I was going slow enough, and the brakes just smell like they're burning, you know. But like I said, with this setup right here, I'm barely pushing on the brakes for all that weight. So that's a good sign right there, is that you don't have to put that much braking power, because the brakes are big and they're just beefy. So this 3500, I feel really good about keeping it now. I was gonna go with a 550, but the more I'm driving this setup and I'm getting familiar and getting better at operating the truck and trailer together, I'm starting to feel like this might just be the one. I already had what I needed, you know, kind of situation where it's like the 14K on this truck, I won't have to smog it. It's a diesel. It's got the flatbed on it. I mean, what else can I ask for, guys, right? So, and it's paid off. So I think I'm just gonna keep my truck after driving this heavy load around. I think it's a winner. And yeah, so that really helped me out, just taking this load out. And I hope it helps somebody out there. If you're trying to make a decision on a heavy hauling trailer, I'd say gooseneck, 24 or 30K cam concept. Even if you guys don't do dumpsters, you're just a construction company or a landscaping company and you have to pick up heavy containers, I endorse this fully. You can see it yourself. It didn't struggle at all. All right, guys, see you on the next video.